spare the rod and spoil the child. But what happens when the rod is wielded too harshly and the child becomes a victim of violence? For a 3-year-old boy in Lagos, a classroom meant for learning and growth turned into a place of fear and trauma. In a shocking attempt to get him to read, his teacher's actions crossed the line, sparking outrage on social media and widespread condemnation from the public as suspected. Thankfully, help came in time and the boy survived the ordeal. But what really happened, and why has this incident struck such a chord with so many? Musa Toliat brings us the full story.
An anonymous candid camera captured moment when learning process for 3-year-old Abayomi Michael turned violent.
Rise is for me.
The need to break the culture of silence paved the way for the video on assault to find its way to the Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, and the perpetrator was apprehended. Lagos State Police Command ensured that perpetrator, 45-year-old teacher Stella Mwadigbo, booked a date with the court of law.
The woman in question is already in correctional custodies, while the case is coming up sometimes in February. The boy in question was taken to hospital and has received medical attention, while he has been reunited with his parents.
One of the Safe School initiatives by the Lagos State government is the directive for schools to establish a guidance and counseling unit and a dedicated safeguarding and child protection officer. How does the school, in the eyes of the storm, key into the directive? When Newsline visited the school located at the outskirts of Ishawu in Ikorodu, learning activities have been suspended and the school is under lock.
I support whatever justice wants to be served. I support it. But please, let's also realize that the bigger picture, we are dealing with humans. Who knows? That woman could be frustrated. That's not an excuse, but who knows how she's feeling. So someone should please see the bigger picture. Then the school should be saved, because it's not just the proprietor of the school. You see other kids as well. They have, their education too is important.
However, child rights advocates want the government to reinforce machinery that will prevent a recurrence.
We must be interested in preventive advocacy. And how do we prevent? We prevent by insisting on global standards. What is the meaning of care? Care is to anticipate the needs of children, to make adequate preparation, to meet those needs and mitigate those threats well before they arise. That is the meaning of care.
There is also a school of thought that believes condition of service in schools for teachers should be given priority to avoid needless transfer of aggression on learners.
Sometimes we look at the reaction, which is what she has done. You're seeing an outlet of something going on within. And then, of course, nobody would want to see a 3-year-old being abused or manhandled. There's a lot of things to look at. Instead of, I go away from making a judgment to say, oh, yes, the main judgment here is, this is not acceptable. This is not okay. Because that child is 3-year-old. It is really to take the opportunity to educate the public, then the school community on what is acceptable by the state, then by what is the environment of the school, that and what kind of caliber of teachers are we bringing in. And then it goes back again to mental health issues. Teachers to be mental health.
For now, the erring teacher is remanded in Kirikiri Correctional Facility till February 18, 2025, when the case comes up for continuation of hearing.